It was not the night the Sharks were hoping for. Have some retribution against Stanlund. He gets the last laugh, and so does the rest of the Utah Hockey Club. We'll break this one down. Try to stay awake for it. And we'll keep an eye on the Barracuda for you as well right now. This is Teal Town After Dark. Good evening, everyone. It is January 10th, 2025, and on the 43rd anniversary of Dwight Clark's The Catch, the Sharks lose a tough one in the last couple of minutes, 2-1 over the Utah Hockey Club. We welcome you to this edition of Teal Town After Dark. This is your live interactive Sharks postgame, so if you want to be part of the show, chat with us and fellow hockey fans all over the world and in Sharks territory on the YouTube page or the app. You can also find us on the socials. Our friend Felix has been kicking butt, gifting up the games on Blue Sky, Twitter, and Threads. You can find everything at tealtownusa.com. And if you want to support the pod, you can do so via Venmo at tealtownusa. Or if you're watching us live, you can hit us up on the Super Chat right now. So with that, I say good evening to Dana. What's up, my dear?
What's up is I wish I turned off the game after 1 minute and just went to bed.
You know, it's kind of funny considering how this game started with like Zetterlund's goal, just not even a minute into the game. You're thinking, all right, we're going to get some good old fashioned shootout scoring crazy. It's going to be like a 7-6 game. And then it ended up being 2-0.
And the Sharks had like 4 shots all game after that.
Oh,
let me look up what it was. And I just remember it took them like 10 minutes to have a shot in the third period. I'm struggling to come up with stuff to talk about.
We might be going quick, folks. So get your comments in right now. We might be going quick, folks. So Sorry, are you on here?
So I can see the comments.
Oh, you're good. But some of the comments, bleeping soft. A perfect loss from Brian Bishop, of course.
6 shots in the third.
6 shots in the third. And I think Sheng put it out that the Sharks had a shot on goal at 8:56 of the second period. And they had their first shot on goal in the third period at 8:49. So basically going practically a full period without a shot on goal.
Oh my God. Are you guys even trying? Like, it's not like Utah's like a mediocre team. Like, I've seen them play good teams better. They beat Tampa allegedly like a week and a half ago.
That was true, apparently. So it was beating New Jersey in the final 30 seconds.
We had Nico Sturm then. Not so much now.
But Vlasic was out for a second straight game, and look what happened to the defense. I mean, are we going to go with that hot take? I mean, yikes. So we kind of were bouncing around with all what's happened.
Yeah.
Not a lot of
goals.
You had Zetterlund get his 12th this season, and the way he was, skating around Drew for pregame, you could just tell that he was getting the good vibe going.
Yeah, no complaints about Zetterlund. Even throughout the game, I feel like he had like pretty good energy, whereas not everyone did.
Yeah. And the traveling is a little ridiculous too, Dana. I mean,
and Costin getting injured.
Costin not returning. We'll see.
Hope it's not for too long. But
hope it's not costly. Sorry. All right, thank you. So Zetterlund's goal at 58 seconds was the only goal in the first period. Second period, Nick Schmaltz would get on the board for Utah, tying it up. Clayton Keller and former San Jose Barracuda Nick DeSimone in his
name I haven't heard in a hot minute.
Right. He gets on the board. Nice to see him get on a team and get
Yeah,
some
no,
playing
totally.
time. I know Utah's been decimated with injuries, especially on their blue line. So nice to see him get some dividends there, but not against the Sharks. Come on.
No. Mm-mm.
That made it 1-1 after 40. There would be 2 penalties in the period, but we don't need to talk about Lijigan's cross check or Hayton's tripping call. We'll go into the third period. What did you think of the no goal challenge? Clayton Keller obviously definitely skated through the crease, definitely had some interference with Georgiev, but
Yeah, I mean, I thought the Sharks were right to challenge it. Thought it was the right call. It definitely wasn't egregious, but I was not that invested in the game at that point. I'm like, if it works out, great.
right.
Yeah. But it was interesting how they first had to determine if what happened there. They had to determine something first, and then they had to wait for the Sharks to challenge it.
I guess they were. I wasn't. That was kind of confusing. If they had allowed the goal on the ice, and then maybe go to challenge it, and it took some time. Definitely had the officials on the ice, the video goal judge upstairs at Delta Center, along with the Situation Room in Toronto, to kind of see. Okay, I mean there was some interference, or where it kind of took place, but they did end up calling no goal. There was some contact there, so that remained at 1-1. Like we
That
said,
was the most interesting thing to happen all game.
unfortunately, you're not wrong there.
That and the last 30 seconds of the game.
Yes.
And the first 30 seconds. Or
Yeah.
whenever the goal was scored.
And like we mentioned a little before the 9-minute mark, the Sharks would have their first shot on goal in 20 minutes. And in their zone, and the
It
good
could
thing
have
is
been so much worse. Could you imagine if they put up this effort against Winnipeg or something?
Winnipeg. I mean, practically anybody. Winnipeg, Dallas. I mean, it's Vegas. I mean, they played Vegas fairly well with it. So we'll give you that. But that made it 1-1. And the Sharks didn't get a shot on goal in 20 minutes. And then with a minute and a half left, Hayton and Drew called this out on the broadcast. I wasn't sure if you got the Sharks broadcast tonight over there.
Yeah.
But
well, I use super legal sites.
Absolutely.
That I definitely pay for.
They're really good, right?
Mm-hmm. They are.
She understood the assignment, folks. But seeing Granlund kind of just give Hayton all kinds of room, and then having Ruda kind of be a little bit of a screen or a distraction to Georgiev, just kind of put Georgiev in a tough spot. He doesn't see it get past him until it's too late. That would be your game winner. I mean, a little frustration there because you want to be a little more aggressive.
Yeah, and Georgiev put up an admirable effort. I know, the peanut gallery aren't always the biggest fans, but yeah, couldn't I don't know who else would have won us the game.
Yeah. No, it's tough. And then makes it worse is that you have you get a power play, a 4-minute power play, because Stenlund strikes again. He misses a stick lift and nails Eklund in the nose. Eklund tried to come out,
which made him look super badass. Oh, am I allowed to say that?
Badass? You can say whatever you want to say.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't know what our am I allowed to say the MONET T-I-Z, etc. word? Or does the
You're
A-L-G-O-R?
have you heard AJ on Pucknologist? I mean, you're fine.
No, I mean, am I allowed to say the words like algorithm or whatever? Because I know sometimes if you comment anything with the word algorithm in it, YouTube hates that. Um, so I have
Wham.
no idea what I'm supposed to say. No, it made Eki look great, and with the. Has anyone seen the movie She's the Man? There's a scene
Amanda
where,
Bynes?
yes,
Okay.
she's pretending to be a guy, and someone finds tampons in her bag, and she's like, they're great for nosebleeds,"
I'm like,
and
where
shoves
the
them up
hell are
her
you
nose.
going with
And
this?
and that's what I think whenever I see the hockey player with they got some tampons up their nose. And even then it was like leaking, and he like skates right back onto the ice. I love my boy Eki. But it was not to be that power play. Hi, Amanda.
Hi, Amanda. But yeah, I can't look at nosebleeds when there's stuff during a hockey game in any different way now. Thanks, Dana. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, my dear. Yeah. So they didn't score in the power play. That ends at 2-1 final for Utah. There. Vincent Alvarado. Was it me or was every Shark shift the same? Dump the puck in and change lines, rinse, repeat. And honestly, I think it was just that they kept getting stuck in Utah's zone that they didn't want to get hung out to dry again over and over in the Utah zone. And before, when they were able to get the puck, it was got to change the lines, and that boggled down the game, especially in that 20-minute stretch where they didn't get a shot on goal.
Yeah, they looked sleepier than I am.
For full disclosure, it's 11:57 over in Dana land. So,
Yes.
They look so slow. Looking at
Love your profile picture. Who was it? We went away
which
from
one?
the comment.
Thank Rowan.
Someone that you know what? That's a that's a great profile picture too. Y'all are on your profile picture game today.
Big Bert saying we were resting for the Wild.
Also a great profile
and
picture.
and that's a bummer too. Data is that they had a game on, what was it, Tuesday, excuse me. See, this Friday game thing just throws me off completely.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the
So
Vegas game I stayed up for.
Yeah, and so there was that. So you had Tuesday, then you go to Utah Friday, come back to San Jose tonight to play the Wild, then you begin a Eastern road trip. I mean, I know it's a quick flight from Salt Lake to San Jose, but I don't know who came up with this stretch. That's
the perils
that's
of
rough.
being a Pacific Division team.
Yeah.
Comes with the territory. Although, okay, well, we're Pacific Division. Anyway, I'm trying to think if like central teams I guess they have to travel quite a bit too. Now, if you're in the metro, you just like a bus ride every few days, a little vacation once a month on a plane. The team plane gathers dust. Wouldn't it be nice?
Although I will say it's nice to have more opponents around you where you can have back-to-backs wherever. I mean, I remember when they were back-to-backs when excuse me. I remember when they were back-to-backs in San Jose and Edmonton. I mean, it's nice to have, you could do back-to-backs in Seattle or Vegas, of course LA, but that never happens. Utah or in Arizona when they were the Desert Dogs, excuse me. For you, Randy.
For you. Oh yeah, I'm glad they mentioned Desert Dogs because it occurred to me, what on earth am I watching this game? Like, the only reason to even turn on a game versus the Coyotes when they were still around was to hear Randy say Desert Dogs.
Between him and Brody, I think you'd be schnockered by the second period. I mean, let's be real here. Good memories. Good memories.
Oh yeah.
Let's continue looking at some of the comments in the chat. Yeah, Costin got injured, did not return. Dank Rowan saying Costin always getting injured, so it's interesting to see what's going to go there. And yes, Alexander Provenzano, this is so true. Sharks, historically, in a nutshell, play horribly against bad teams, play good against decent teams.
Yeah, I was gonna say someone said like, "Oh, sloppy 2 games in a row," and I'm like, or sluggish, 2 very sluggish games in a row. I don't think they were sluggish against Vegas. I just think they were.
Yeah.
They weren't good by any means, but like this was a winnable game. This was a super winnable game. I don't know that the Vegas game was. So it's just different, but Vegas kind of makes everyone look sluggish a lot.
Right. Yeah, I mean, and they're a team that'll make you look sluggish and make you pay for it. It's where it's like they score 2 goals in quick succession, and then you're in deep doo doo. Vincent saying, watching Smith getting his chance with the, I'm assuming puck, to run with it at the end of the game with the power play and absolutely fumbling it hurt my soul. Yeah, a little bit of bummer there. And also to kind of go with what Steve Rector said, 71 also struggled tonight. One of the few games he looked like a rookie. What did you notice anything?
He is a rookie.
Well, but
I hope that was ironic, buddy.
Well, no, I think because he's been looking like a big star tonight.
Yeah.
It's like one of those nights where it wasn't,
okay, maybe
his best.
I'm so tired that the humor is flying right over my shoulder, my head. Oh my god, I can't remember the names of my body parts.
She's about to fall asleep. If anybody wants to donate for coffee for her, by all means, go right ahead. What's your usual coffee order?
Celsius.
Okay.
Oh, but speaking of donations, I don't know if this is a good segue or not.
Well, I was going to get to. You talking about LA?
Yes.
Yeah. We'll go ahead and do that right now. Go ahead, Dana. I mean.
Yeah. I mean, y'all have seen the news. I don't need to repeat it. Lots of us have loved ones who are, affected by the situation in LA. Even if you don't, I'm sure it's very hard to watch. But we at the end of the day, we love our fellow Californians. No matter what team they cheer for. So on the Teal Town Twitter are some links to the fundraising that the Kings organization is helping with. So if you're watching the news and you're and it's hard to watch and you're like, hey, I've got an extra 5, 10, $100, whatever, and I feel like putting it towards a good cause and making the world just a little bit better, especially in our own backyard in California, then that is a good place to send your money. So yep, check our Twitter for that link.
Yeah, and I just
LA Kings Twitter.
Yeah, I just updated our description for tonight's show with some links in there. I know the Kings have put out something for the LA Fire Department, among other things. We put a bunch of other ones that have been going around along with the Red Cross. I think there's the World Food Kitchen that usually comes in as well. The California Fire Foundation Wildfire and Disaster Relief Fund. Of course, the Cal File Benevolent Fund, along with the Wildfire Recovery Fund. Those are a number of them that we've seen. If we get more, we will put it out on our social media, just because, as much as we can't stand the LA sports teams, like Dana said, they are Californians. They are our neighbors. And, watching a lot of this at work, a lot of us have just been stunned by the absolute devastation that's gone through all these fires. And they warned about the fires, and it's just tough to see. I know Amanda's son's, one of his best friends, her family lost a house out there. I think one of the Kings pre and post game hosts, Patrick O'Neill, lost his house. I mean, it hits everyone. So whatever you can do to support, by all means, do so. So yeah, there will be links to the descriptions of this in the video. We'll probably do that tonight and probably tomorrow as well, since the Sharks will take on the Minnesota Wild there. Just incredibly scary to see, and I know there's others that have gone on as well. I mean,
yeah, it's not a contest.
No.
Anyone losing their house is
No, I
So
mean it's just been insane. Year plus, not even that, maybe within what a 6 month stretch with the hurricane that hit in North Carolina, and then of course, the Florida areas twice over a 10-day span. It's just been crazy, um, and shocking and disappointing. So wherever you help, I mean, it will go a long way, I would hope. So, kind of getting back to
yes.
tonight, Shang is putting out that Warsofsky says Kostin has a lower body injury. No further update beyond that. Shang kind of suggesting that Zetterlund might be hurt, saying we had
Oh
we
my
had
God.
asked for Zetterlund post game, didn't get him. Sometimes that suggests an injury. Take it how you will. Warsofsky didn't commit to Zetterlund's availability tomorrow. So we'll see how that goes. Warsofsky obviously disappointed about the effort for the last two games. Wasn't good enough tonight. Puck play was awful, just wasn't enough. So
I'd say that's an accurate assessment.
yeah, I mean it's a tough one, and can't blame them on that. But just is what it is, and it's a tough one to take. But nonetheless, they can redeem themselves tomorrow
And you know what?
against Minnesota.
You know what?
What?
It didn't go to shootout. I've been curse free for like 4 games now, 5 games. I think the curse might be broken. We'll see.
Find out tomorrow when Dana suddenly takes over on this one and it goes into a 15-round shootout. We'll
Yeah, no,
so.
I'm gonna be at my friend's wedding this weekend. So
Oh, that's
probably
right.
not
You
paying
got
attention.
it. Gotcha.
Yep, driving
So,
to New Jersey.
yeah. Sharks Raider, good evening to you. Glad we chatted tonight throughout the game. We can be disappointed about the lack of offensive passing effort, but I respect the Sharks blocking 22 shots tonight with Utah just 10. Definitely will give that credit for that. And only keeping the shots down to 25 shots. I mean, there have been numerous times this year, not as much as last year, but definitely a number of times of just where the shot total be like over 30, 40, 45, 50 shots on goal in games. So, yeah, definitely give them some credit there. So,
I mean, you know what they say about, if your blocked shots stat is significantly higher than your opponent's.
It tells you who has the puck a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, no need for Utah to block shots if we don't have any. That sums it up.
You're not wrong there. But you know what we can be right about? You know what we could be right about, Dana? The Barracuda winning.
Ooh, Barracuda!
That's right. Your San Jose Barracuda are currently in progress as of the recording of this game. They are up 4-2 on the Bakersfield Condors after 2 periods of play. You have Robbins with the goal, his 5th of the season from Bailey and Portorowski. Portorowski with a pair of goals and an assist to go for a 3-point night so far. And Donovan Houle has the insurance goal. But 4-2 for the Cuda without Colin Graff, without Askarov, who will probably get started tomorrow against the Wild. So we'll see how that goes. But you got 20 more minutes from Texas Arena. It's apparently a sold-out arena for Cuda Country Night. Yeehaw! All righty then. So that's that for Ed. I think that's what we'll do, and we'll just call it for the night there. So
Kudos to everyone who stuck around with us. We appreciate you. We see you.
yeah, no, appreciate you joining us. So in case you missed anything or we want to watch this again, check us out on tealtownusa.com or wherever you get your podcasts. If you want the audio version, that'll be up shortly on Apple, YouTube Music, SoundCloud, Spotify, TuneIn, iHeart, Odyssey, Amazon, you name it, you love it. Of course, if you're watching us on YouTube, thank you very much. Please like this video. Please subscribe. Of course, hit that notification bell when we go on the air. You'll get a notification when news breaks or post game or whatever else. You can catch us right here. So, Dana, your final thoughts before we go back to sleep?
I'll start my final thoughts with my first thoughts, which is I wish I turned the game off after 1 minute, but had to cover it. So here's to a much more exciting game. What time is it for me? Today.
Oh yeah, today. For you, it's today.
Yes. I was like, is that midnight yet?
Yes. All right. We will be back with you tomorrow, Saturday, following Sharks and Wild Pride Night, of course. So be on the lookout for that, and hopefully a big victory or a better effort at the very least. I think we got to go with right now. So Molasses, I'm not going tomorrow. I know, sad. I'm sorry. But Poised Plum, frustrating result. Love the Sharks, but they honestly have me falling asleep.
Pretty much.
Not gonna lie, I was getting a little tired, but that's okay. There'll be those games, and then there'll be games where they come out and being dominant and winning games. I remember those days. But nonetheless, we'll see you tomorrow following Sharks and Wild. And until then, thank you, Amy. Keep it real, keep it teal, keep it real, teal. Thank you very much for watching. We will see you tomorrow following Sharks and Wild. Good night, everyone.